Now, despite facing challenges, numerous parties, including a surge in crime, residents in Eldorado Park have come out in their numbers to cast their votes. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo is outside the Eldomaine High School and joins us now. Good morning, Junior. Is it still morning? Yes, it is indeed. It's been such a long morning. It feels like it's been an entire day. What's the situation like on the ground?
Indeed, Masichaba, it's been a very long day, but here outside the Eldomaine High School, there's a lot of people who turned out to vote. I'm just going to step out of shot and allow my camera operator, my colleague Xolani, just to show you the numbers of people that are actually set up outside. So a lot of parties have set up their gazebos. A lot of them have also brought out their children. They've brought out their family members. It's a very festive mood outside this voting station, as a lot of people have been coming in and out and voting. This is despite the crime and all of the things that Eldorado has become known for. There's a lot of challenges that this community has faced. We've come here a lot of times just to report on some of the protests that we've seen happen, whether it be load shedding, whether it be crime, as we spoke about, whether it be drugs also that are being sold in some of these areas. But still, despite all of this, a lot of people have decided to come out and vote here today. But we also have someone who has cast their vote, Feral Snyman. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. Why did you decide to come out and vote today?
Good morning. Your vote is important. And ever since I was able to vote, I always voted. I feel that my vote is my democratic right. So my daughter just is voting for the same time, for the first time. So I encouraged her to vote as well. Your vote is important. No matter what do you think, if your vote doesn't count or people doesn't listen to you, it doesn't matter which party you belong to, but your vote is important.
A lot of political parties, political leaders in particular, have come out complaining that, especially in particular under the ANC government, a lot of colored people feel left out under this democracy. Do you feel the same way?
I don't feel the same way because the ANC has done a lot for a lot of people. And we might not see it, but there has been a lot that's been done. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. That is Feral Snyman, one of the community members here in Eldorado Park, who've come out to cast their vote despite all of the challenges that this community has been facing. We've seen a lot of people come into this particular voting station, but not only ordinary citizens, also party representatives have stationed outside this place. There are cars that are playing music. There are people who've come out with their family members. It's a very festive mood outside this voting station, Masichab.
All right, thank you very much, Junior, for that. Now, of course, Eldorado Park is a region that we've seen in the past few years, and not even recently, but has been quite problematic when it comes to issues of youth development, and more especially when it comes to the issue of drug and substance abuse in that area, which have resulted in an increase in crime that we've seen over the last 30 years, really. So it would be interesting to see which way the votes are going to sway in that regard. But moving on now, numbers are looking promising in some parts of Northern Cape, with more voters in townships coming out to make their mark. Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana is at Zingisa Primary School in Galeshewe Township. Take a look at this.
Well, Masachaba, what I can tell you is that we have just switched locations and have gone to, an area that's about 15 kilometers away from Kimberley, an area that's predominantly, or rather dominated by Khoisan people, about 7,200 Khoisan speaking people. This particular voting station is expecting about 2,200 voters, but looking at the numbers, people are coming in at a slow pace. Right now, the ones that I'm seeing are just less than 20, but it's still a bit early. Perhaps other people are still coming. Let's engage with the residents and just find out, why did they see the importance of voting? Thank you very much for your time. Why do you think it's important for you to cast your vote today?
Maria Nzira nuti yata vote sa nuti ki balanga ko vote di kwana ati vote sa yata he di vote go tseka kwana seka tamati mo qobe vote te tsam sika tsinza senete nga o platform tentaqi desiki hambe tsinza senhe Tui rangusi wa 12 kwete qoya qote vote ya qotama hambe te mo qoku tsinza sen daw matinu tseka ve sama tseka ve ke hem tui khama wo qove nga o tenta vote te tama dzao mateki hambe tinta tiniti o dzao hambe ti go ko dzawa tem dzao ma vote ya inta teki balanga ke vote sing eski khwe ya te munu vote ya khurinu te vote ka te khwena teki tla kwa ga qo.
Would you say that you are included in South Africa's democracy as people that are considered as minority in the city?
Te gui qobe khoya kwa I karangeti mote kwa South Africa si democracy ngeti kuikatino te hinta ga vote ko te tseu ko nomere ina he te tseu ko hambe te mo ko tseka.
So what would you like to see happen in this community in terms of development or service delivery?
Timu ko ngite khamien skapski hambe tui khatsinza sen hambe timu ko kwana ka te hinta ga gego kwana ka te gego hambe tui khatsinza sen zawata mate wo wa qove hambe tsunya platform 10 kinketi kuya tentimika hambe platform 10 kitsunya tui khatama.
Is it your first time voting, second time?
Hambe anti yakarati gego hiti nyama hiti 18 amnu tinyama hi gea Toti ati 40 jare tama hambe timo tsinza sena ti nyam kan heve ti khae ko te ko ke kuri.
Thank you very much for your time. I just want to see if we'll be able to engage with maybe one of the voters, Masichaba, the young ones perhaps, and just find out, is it your first time voting?
It's my second time.
Okay. How do you feel? You can speak your language.
Ti kya de ngo nge vote is de vote ya de kwa no ngo tsinza senzi de tenge o khwete tama te ki zao khalente te o a qobe te ke nka vote ya qotama hambe tsinza sene te o a qobe sure akuni ko khuri tama.
Thank you very much for your time. Well, Masichaba, this is a community that feels like they are not part of the development of the Diamond City, saying that as much as they are just 15 kilometers away from Kimberley, they feel like as far as service delivery is concerned and all other issues that need to be addressed as far as development, they are not included. And they are hoping that by casting their vote today, perhaps there will be change in this Khoisan community. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Zola. Of course, I certainly don't blame you for asking if this was her first time voting, because she certainly looks very young for her age. I think she can take that as a compliment.